Welcome to another episode of Out Loud
and Laughing.
Get ready.
I'm Bryan.
And Jon, two gay cousins having big talks and even bigger laughs. Join us. Let's see what they're up to. It's Out Loud and Laughing.
Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud and Laughing. I'm Bryan.
Hi, Bryan. I'm Jon.
Hi, Jon. I'm Bryan. We can do that all day, couldn't we?
Hi, Bryan. I'm Jon.
Yeah. What?
You don't look like your
is
Tinder
happening?
profile, though.
I definitely look at my Tinder profile, just because I never had a Tinder profile.
No?
Nope. I was of the days of Grindr and Adam for Adam.
Well, that's already depressing me. So I'm going to pour myself a non-alcoholic Ritual Zero Proof Gin alternative cocktail today because it's Friday, and why not?
Woo, say that 3
Ritual,
times
keep
fast.
listening. This is what we do. Ritual, we pour mocktails during podcasts because we are looking for sponsorship. No, I'm just kidding. I'm thirsty.
Mocktail sponsorships. I love it.
Listen to that beautiful sound of my ice.
No, but seriously,
Oh,
I was at the time of like OK Cupid, Plenty of Fish. Do those things still exist?
That's how I met my ex, OK Cupid.
Okay, but that was a while ago now.
Oh my God, like almost a decade.
So no one's using OK Cupid
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, I signed up again recently, but I don't
Okay.
feel like. Here's the thing. Here's my 1, 2, 3 on dating apps. I feel like
Yeah.
everybody who uses I feel like the majority of people who use the internet to date are in some like very similar, some similarities that I find with people who like meet people online are that they don't necessarily enjoy going out all the time or meeting people while they're out or,
Yeah.
and so I find a lot of those, like I said, similarities. So, I'll have to tell you, even this, just as recently as this morning, I went on 2 coffee dates this morning, back to back.
Back to
Like-
those are the best.
Bryan, so my coffee shop knows me, and Ty and Ashley, they're my girls, every morning. And I walked in with the first gentleman and ordered our coffees and whatever, and we sat down and had a nice conversation. And 15 minutes before the next date started, I was like, well, I have a call coming up in a couple minutes. I was like, I've got to get ready for it. So he left. And then the next one showed up and I walked in and got another coffee. And Ty and Ashley were like looking at me and I was like, hey, listen, I'm busy. Okay. We are looking for husband number 3. No, I'm just kidding.
I think that's so efficient, especially on a weekday. I used to do the same. I used to do coffee, and then I would do a cocktail, and then I would do a dinner. But I think coffee dates were always my favorite because if a date's not going well, you rarely get a second cup of coffee. Whereas if you went out with someone and you're having a drink, if you weren't feeling it, you were like kind of like stopping after your drink, gonna get the check, but then they order a second one, and you're like, cool. Now I'm sitting here while you drink your second drink. Coffee? Nah. You get 1 cup. You sit down. That's it.
Coffee makes you want to get up and leave.
Coffee makes you want to get into the bathroom.
I mean, I didn't say where we were going.
That's great. So did any of these 2 gentlemen, I'm assuming they're men. I don't want to, speak for you. How was it?
It was good. They were good. One of them I went out with because he's in town for like a traveling Broadway show. He lives in LA and he is doing hair right now on Broadway. So we went to coffee this morning. He's such a cool person. We actually aligned on a lot of parts of our journey, weight loss, sobriety. Like there were actually a lot of similarities. So we had plenty to talk about. And he's getting me free tickets to the show tonight. So I will be going to see hair tonight in orchestra. For free.
Now, what you should do is bring the second date with you to that.
So he gave me 2 tickets, and I thought about bringing a third date, not even the second date, another date. I thought about bringing a third one, but I was like, that doesn't align with my morals or my ethics. But hey, free.
I'm gonna use your quote. Let the whoring continue.
It's, we've got the whole whore in my hand, that's me. I am the whore. No, listen, I didn't sleep with any of them. I'm definitely changing my ways. The second one was really great, a little bit out of my age range. He's a little older, but also a lot of similarities. We both lived in San Francisco for a long time. We both worked in healthcare. So both of them were really nice gentlemen. I don't think it's about meeting people who aren't nice. I think it's about finding that spark. And so that hasn't happened yet. And we're just going to keep drinking coffee and mocktails until it does.
Ugh. And also, whenever you say spark, I just think about our Lutheran days.
Oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Spark.
It
It
only
all
takes.
contains a spark. Well, I knew exactly where you were going with that, honey. I knew exactly where you.
I love it. Okay, what
You
are we
asked a
gonna?
very funny. Well, I want to. I have it. I
Oh,
have it for us. You asked me. You said, how are the gentlemen that you went on dates that you went on? How were the gents? And then you said, I'm sorry, I assumed that they were gentlemen. You know, before I made any sort of plans, I had to make sure I was gay, Bryan. Like I really did. No, I'm just kidding. So I took a quiz. I think online quizzes are so fun, you know, just to see. And one of them I took was, am I gay? I think I sent it to you. Did you get it?
yes, you sent me the quiz literally now, and while you were talking, I went through some of these questions, which we can talk about. They are very random. I found myself getting a little annoyed, which we'll talk about, but I do have my answer as well, and I'm very proud of my answer.
Oh, I'm happy to hear it. Should we just like really quickly run through and like sort of do the quiz live and then both reveal our answers at the bottom?
I think we should go through some of the highlighted questions because some of them are like really bad. Like, just for everyone to listen, like, these are one of these quizzes where, like, one of the questions was literally said, pick a box. And it said box A, box B, this box, screw your boxes. I
See,
found
this
it
is where I thought it was. See, this you found it entertaining. I thought it was a trick question. I said, pick a box. I said, no, thank you. I'm not into boxes.
All right, go through some of the fun questions and I'll tell you my answers.
Sure. First one, let's just start right off the top. Choose a color. What's your favorite color? Red, blue, pink, yellow, lilac, green. What'd you pick?
Blue.
Same.
Oh,
Look, we're
I thought
already
you would
twinning.
pick lilac.
Why?
Just seems like you always throw out color names and palettes that are just not the normal RGB, you know?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's funny when people ask my favorite color, I'm like, navy and chartreuse
See?
together.
I am not a huge Beyonce. Like, I like Beyonce. I'm just not like a diehard fan. But like, if her music's on, I'll sing to it. So I don't have like a favorite one. But the next question was favorite Beyonce song, and I picked "Drunk in Love."
I'm not a drunken love. I am a Run the World Girls song. So
Okay, I like that for you and Kenzie. Thank you.
Yes, Kenzie, always in the back of my mind. So you're a drunken love, Beyonce. Third question is asking if you consensually enjoy experiences with the same sex or the opposite sex, and how often. And mine was all the time, but what I'm sure yours is
I put
never.
yes all the time.
Oh, interesting. Lucky Adam.
Is it?
I don't know. We'll have to bring him on the pod.
Yes. The next question was, what city would you most like to live in? It was
Ooh,
New
should we
York.
guess each other?
Well, yeah, we should. It was New York, San Francisco, London, Tokyo, Paris, and Moscow.
Yours is definitely Moscow, you traitor.
I was gonna say, I kind of proactively didn't even read Moscow when I saw that. I was like, okay, cool. I have 5 options.
Ditto.
So I picked Moscow. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, twinning again. You chose New York.
I did not. I chose Tokyo.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, curveball.
So the reason why I picked Tokyo is because I have lived in New York and London already. You have lived in San Francisco. I don't really have a desire to live in Paris. So I was like, what city would you most like to live in? I was like, well, I haven't lived in Tokyo yet. So I would give that a go.
Okay, that's fair. I like that. I like that reasoning. Okay, so here, you said no Moscow. I think anybody listening, and if you've heard some of our other podcasts, you know we are not affiliated with anything Russia right now, except people who are from there that we like. We love them. We do
Yes.
have some followers, some of my friends.
Russian. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, yep. However, my question to you is, why not Paris?
Forget Paris, John.
Okay, forgotten. What's
I've been to Paris a couple times. I like Paris. But I have found personally, if you don't fluently speak the language, I don't know if I could live there. That's all. I was thinking more practical on this one, to be honest.
Yeah, your Japanese is very, very, very sharp these days, Brian.
No, it's interesting because you're not wrong. My Japanese doesn't exist. But, Paris and like the French language, they take it very seriously. Like they have those when I've been to Paris, like they'll sometimes give you a menu that's only in French. And if you ask for an English version, they'll like roll their eyes, right? So like Tokyo, even London is really like welcoming with English. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I think you picked San Francisco.
Well, I definitely picked San Francisco. I also just learned something new from you. I didn't know they rolled their eyes in Paris. I know in Spanish we roll our R's, but interesting to know they roll their eyes. Nice.
I'm just giving you the cultural tea. You know?
Oh, speaking of
this-
tea,
This question's harder for you because it's also what's your
Was.
drink of choice. Well, I guess that's true because
Yeah.
all of these technically have non-alcoholic versions now too.
which is why I chose cocktails because it was the closest that was to mocktails.
I also picked cocktail because it felt like it was variety for me.
You get a lot more flavor choices. For example, with my ritual gin alternative. No, I'm just kidding. I made I made a little lime and maple syrup and this gin alternative, and it's a lovely, refreshing mocktail for myself. And I can drink it while I'm working, and nobody even knows or cares.
I love that for you. The next question is where I started to get a little annoyed with the quiz, which I think was the point that they were doing. So it was saying, okay, just to clarify, do you like having sex with people of the same sex?
How annoyed were
I-
you? So, how annoyed were you? Right? Because the answers are like no, really, no, or barely, or whatever. So, like, where did you go with this? How annoyed were you?
So I answered, I already told you, yes, I do.
We're twinning for a third time because I'm like, hello, I am taking this quiz because I already know I am. Thanks.
Right.
Just kidding. So we could skip. And they do that. They do that a couple times. I think they're really testing our threshold for annoyance.
Well, they asked
because-
again, like, oh, hang on, have you ever felt sexually attracted to someone of the same sex? And I answered, your questions are weird.
Yeah. I put yes, I have, obviously.
Then it asked, like, which U.S. president do you most identify with? I was happy that Trump wasn't on here, so I'll just caveat that. So I just went for sexy.
So you definitely went with William Howard Taft.
You know,
James Buchanan.
now that you're mentioning it, Taft does look like he's packing, but I went with Barack Obama.
Yeah, speaking of packing, Barack for sure. Ditto.
Because I thought about
Yeah, for sure.
JFK, but that's a mess to clean up once he got shot in the head. And then all the other ones were Republicans.
Yeah, that's between Abe Lincoln and JFK. That's not the head I'm looking for.
Right.
Too soon. I took my shot.
Never too soon. You definitely shot your shot.
Oh, that's
John,
amazing.
the next question I'm interested to know about you because you do. What's your favorite root vegetable? And for everyone watching, John likes to cook and he likes to be in the kitchen. I honestly, it's carrot, a Jerusalem artichoke, a potato, a sweet potato, a ginger, and a beet. Honestly, all 6 of them John would pick.
You haven't heard of the carrot, Jerusalem, artichoke, potato, sweet potato, ginger, beet casserole that I make?
Which one did you pick?
I actually really love beets.
Okay. I picked ginger.
You weren't impressed by that at all.
No, because I guess my question is, how does this determine how gay we are? It feels like all of these vegetables are kind of gay.
Well, I think what's funny is it's like I think it's based off of what fits in your ass.
That's what I was saying. I was like, gay culture is like. So beets are circular. You lose it in there.
Ryan, mind your business.
Beat off, okay?
Listen, I was looking for rutabaga. I was looking for parsnip, you know?
let's just okay.
Uh,
We took some other quizzes too because this got us in the mood.
did you?
Mine wasn't very surprising. Mine says very gay. Did
We
you
got the
also
same thing. Duh.
Okay, so we'll read it. It says, "You are very gay. You really enjoy having sexual experiences with members of the same sex. You are attracted both physically and emotionally to people of the same sex. And you're not very keen at all on sexual relations with members of the opposite sex." Where's the lie?
Listen, it is now official. Bryan and I are officially gay. Not together, just gay.
So we have literally now solidified out loud and laughing.
I feel like we just got like notarized or something. Like we got a stamp of approval.
Yeah. Although I don't think either of us are qualified to do notary. So we'll have to figure that out. Sorry, I just
You
went
were
through.
saying, no, it's all good. You were saying that this like kind of took us into a realm of wanting to take additional quizzes, which we did do. Well, I want to know like where you want to go next. Where should we take our listeners?
I don't know. Okay, so there was another one that I wanted to take that was called "Pick Some Foods, and I'll tell you which one of my celebrity crushes you'll marry."
Okay.
And we don't have to go question by question on this one, but a lot of it was like, "What do you eat for breakfast? What do you want as a snack? What do you like for lunch?" Like it was a lot of pictures of food, which I actually really enjoyed. I don't know if you enjoyed it.
It made
was
me
very,
hungry.
yeah, it was a very snackable quiz. You see what I did there?
Yeah, very daring.
Mine, I'm gonna let you go first because mine's, I don't know, mine's a little sus.
Mine's sus too, but Chad Michael Murray,
Oh, but at least he's cute.
Gilmore Girls, Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill. Yeah, he's very attractive. I would if I had to choose whether to fuck, marry, or kill him, I would yes. All three. No, just
You
kidding.
would,
He's
you would
very good looking.
marry him, fuck him, and then kill him for his money. I'm all in.
I'm all ears.
Um, I got Ralph Macchio, who was the Karate Kid in the 80s movies.
Like the actual Karate Kid?
The actual Karate Kid, who is now probably in his 50s, 60s. And it says, "You got Ralph Macchio, a classic. You're probably old and love old movie."
Yeah, there's a lot of waxing. There's a lot of waxing on and off.
I mean, my biggest problem with this one is he's like a Trump fan. So that's the first place I went to. So I was like, that I'm not gonna marry or F him. I'm gonna just double down. But yeah, so that one was a weird answer for me. But yeah.
I just want to remind you, Bryan, that you're on a recorded line.
Yeah. With our government. Seriously.
What's really funny about the Chad Michael Murray thing, because on the quiz result, it shows me his picture, but it also says, "This is the best option yet. You're probably the best kind of person ever," which I find very generalized and also very correct. So where's the lie?
These quizzes are very interesting because like they're not so spot on, but then they're also not spot on.
You know, Bryan, we should definitely make these quizzes more of a ritual, just like my ritual gin alternative. I'm going to be refilling. No, just kidding. I really hope somebody hears this from there and they're like, they're ridiculous.
Just take our money to shut up.
You take our money and shut up. Keep taking your dumb quizzes. Which reminds me, there's more.
There is more. You pick the next one.
This one was one that you found, and I thought it was absolutely ridiculous, and it turned out to be absolutely my favorite.
Well, you could read the headline. I picked it just for you.
It says, so you're basically this quiz allows you to like bake a personal cake to find out which Disney princess you are. So it just asks you like, what cake shape are you? What flavor of cake are you? And then the icing and the flavor of the icing and layers and toppings and all these other things. I went like a vanilla.
I
I
was
did
gonna
like a
ask,
vanilla.
did you skew more vanilla or chocolate or fruit?
We're talking about cake still, right?
Correct.
Okay, just making sure. Um, I made a vanilla-y, tropical-y, caramel-y cake. So it was vanilla ganache or white chocolate ganache rather, with a vanilla buttercream filling and coconut, and it gave me guess.
Oh. Ooh, I don't know. I'm trying to think about that flavor profile. Something a little bit like classic, but like a little edgy. So maybe like an Ariel?
Ooh, very close, very close. I got Moana.
Okay.
The only reason why the only reason why I say it's close is because they're both of the sea and they're both tropical, and I
Yeah.
think the coconut really tipped that off.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
the whole time, I kept thinking, what were you gonna do?
Yeah, so I picked a round cake because I just feel like other cakes don't like I don't like a sheet cake. But then like if you think about all my flavors together, I'm gonna walk you through them because they're a little like I did lemon flavor, but then I did a
Okay,
ganache icing,
okay.
and then the flavor of the ganache icing is strawberry.
Ooh,
And I did a layer of caramel. So I was kind of answering each question individually, not thinking how I was laddering up to a cake. So it was caramel, and then my second layer was chocolate chips because I was like, ooh, texture. And then I did three layers because feels lazy. And then I picked one of the photos that looked like a hot mess, which was mine. So I don't know if you're gonna guess mine, but I'm living for it.
you got Rapunzel from Tangled.
Oh my God, how did you know? It really is.
Is it really?
Yes, it says Rapunzel, you're a tad shy, but you're strong when you need to be. And truly, you never let anything get in your way, whether it's a bad hair day or a roadblock in the middle of your adventure. And I was like, slay, Rapunzel, slay.
They put it very kindly. I just did it because she's a hot mess, as that cake, as are you. So listen, I think it's spot on. These have a lot of clout. I am gonna go I'm gonna go dress like Moana now.
But my when I read mine, um, I would not want Rapunzel to make my cake because there's gonna be hair all up in it.
I know. And Moana making mine would not be very conducive. I hear baking on the open seas is a nightmare. But I will say that since she is such a fierce protector who takes care of everyone, I can identify with that.
Okay.
And she makes it look so easy, which I'm also easy. So I can also identify there. And then it mentions that she had been bitten by a travel bug and can't get enough of it and all the adventure it brings. And I too love to sort of escape and travel and lose myself out on the open seas. So Moana, I see you, girl.
Listen, your cake will be moist, and I am not talking about the cake. Anyways, so the next quiz
You
was
mispronounced cock.
did I?
You used the long A instead of the short O.
The next quiz you picked, and I was very confused by you picking this one because this one seemed like a very this one felt like why did someone waste their time building this quiz? And then secondly, why did someone waste their time taking the quiz? So
Same reason why yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
eat at the IKEA food court to find out which furniture item you are.
The same crazy people who built this quiz are the same crazy people who build their own furniture. Like, are you kidding me? No, I'm kidding. I am IKEA, but um, have you ever eaten at the IKEA food court?
Uh many, many years ago, I think.
Okay, well, I was going to say you're not living until you have, but you're alive, so I'm assuming that you have.
I
This
mean, with
one was really
air,
weird.
it's not going to be cheap anymore, you know?
Tariffs on Swedish meatballs.
I mean, it's inevitable at this point.
This one was weird though, not only because of the idea of like choosing food and it telling you which piece of IKEA furniture you are, but the actual choices in each question were really weird. But this one sort of took us on this journey of like, asking which kind of breakfast dishes sounded most appetizing. And then if you like a warm dish and then a cold dish, and then it asks you to pick from the kids menu and then to choose a dessert. And then apparently IKEA has a bistro with hot entrees. And so that started to like permeate into the quiz, and then a bistro dessert. I have my answer, but my choices were also really random. What did you think about the quiz, the answers? Which direction did you go? We can go through question by question quickly and just sort of like whatever you think.
Yeah, I mean, some of these were very Swedish led on the answers. So I felt like I found myself kind of double downing on like the American version. So like one of the examples is like Swedish meatballs with mashed potatoes and peas, or salmon with this weird red sauce on top with a green bean. I did chicken fingers and fries.
Chicken fingers are my favorite kid food ever, and I still order them when I go places when I'm
See?
feeling like I want
It's
to.
classic. It's a good dipping. It's all about the dips, not really the chicken or the fries, right? It's all about what am I going to dip this in. So, I like the choose your own adventure aspect of a chicken finger, but like the next question had like smoked salmon and like marinated salmon wraps. So I picked the Caesar salad.
Oh, I went salad on that one too, but I went the Greek
Greek.
salad or
Of course,
yeah.
because you're too fancy for me.
I like a good vinaigrette, but actually I like a good Caesar salad too, to be honest. So that one I took 10 minutes just back and forth. Greek or Caesar. Awful. Awful.
Okay, what was your dessert then?
Okay, so there are 4 options for the dessert. There's the caramel almond cake, which I've never had. I don't even believe it exists, because if it does, I've got to go. I've got to go to IKEA right now and go get it. There's also this like Swedish apple cake and this chocolate cake and this and the cake that you made, the strawberry shortcake is on there.
It's missing the drizzle and chocolate chips, but yeah.
It's missing the messy, but it's there. That's the name of my memoir, Missing the Messy. I chose the Swedish apple cake.
That's on brand. I went for the caramel almond.
I'm gonna need you to take your hate words elsewhere, and good for you on your almond cake. Can I have a bite?
Whenever I see caramel on the list, like that's where I go. I prefer that over chocolate or fruit. It's so weird.
Except when you're making a cake.
Except when I'm making a cake. Then I want all of it.
All right. Let's skip the last two because and let's just go.
You go first.
I want you to guess what I was, and you don't have to get the product right. Just guess like the.
I feel like you're like I think you're like a chair.
Okay, I'll take that. Why do you think I'm a chair?
You're a very giving person, so you give someone a seat. You hold people up to a high standard, so you also have 2 strong legs that they're so strong they could be 4 legs.
I feel like Squidward from SpongeBob with the 4 legs. I was not a chair.
Okay.
But right on brand, I was a high bed frame. So you weren't wrong, except you were really on the minimalistic one person at a time track. The bed just opens up possibilities for so much more.
Or more people.
Were you since you were basic, because I'm going to try to guess what you were, chicken fingers, French fries, you're a lamp.
Yeah. I don't feel
not in a bad way.
I don't feel like lamps are basic first. Secondly,
but I hate like strike a chord.
Yes, I was gonna say secondly, rude. But I feel like mine's good because I got it and I spent time thinking about it actually. I was like, how is this me? And I was like, it's definitely me. I never really thought about it. I'm a bookcase.
I mean,
so
you're always
it says you're a Billy bookcase. You appreciate simplicity and functionality. And I was like, I love to learn things. So I love all kinds of books. I'm a creature of many trades, so put all the different talents in one place. I like to stand tall and proud of all the knowledge that I have. So I was like, you know what? I'll slay a bookshelf.
I like that. I mean, whereas I'm a bed, so I just lay down and take it. Listen, it's just we're all on our own journey, guys. So be
But
your furniture, be your best bookshelf.
also, these quizzes weren't wrong.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, mine was saying that I'm practical and organized and I appreciate solutions that make life easier. And that I love things that are both smart and stylish with
You
plenty
definitely
of
like
space
things
to
easy.
oh, capital EASY, baby.
All
Well,
right, let's
that's
do more
fun. I
quizzes
know
here,
so much
bro.
more
That was
about
fun.
you. I know so much more about you.
I agree. I know your cake profile, and I know when I'm at IKEA, when I'm going to think about you.
I know that you love old movies and that you're as boring as, I mean, as interesting as a bookshelf.
If I could
And they have zero.
if I could have been any more basic today, then I don't know what else I could be, guys. Bryan is basic. Jon is the magic to all of this.
God almighty, no way. But I will say, for your safety and the safety of everyone around you, I think I'm going to say see you later so you can go cry in a pillow. Don't make a quiz
I'm
about
going to be basic and cry on my bookshelf. Talk to you later.
I'm going to be not basic, lay down, take it, and cry into my new Malm high bed frame 2 storage box bed.
Got it. So your 20s all over again. We'll talk soon, Jon.
It's been real, Bryan. Go take your quizzes.
Bye.
Bye.